Hi, I'm Connor Battell, and this is my Frog program. These are the Bitmoji functions that we made in previous programs. Right here, we have the con button class that we've seen before. This is the name of con, constructor, the method to draw, the method to check if the clicks are inside, or no, this is to check if the mouse clicks are inside. This does the function if the mouse clicks are inside. This is my variable for the number of cars that goes into the for loop down here. And this is the variable that keeps all the car values. And this is the car constructor function and the draw method. This is the score variable, keeps track of the score, starts at 0. This is the current scene, it starts at 1, which is my home screen. And then as it goes up, it changes to other screens. This is my car speed, it ends up getting to a speed between 1 and 5 when you start the game. And this is my can score variable, which is initially set to false. I'll talk about that later in the program. Here we have all of my buttons that I use throughout the program, such as this info button and this back to homepage button, as you can see. This just shows you how to play the game. And then this is my Bitmoji object class. I have the constructor function for it. It has the X, Y, and number of cars it has grabbed. And then this is the draw function, my emoji, which calls my Bitmoji functions from earlier and constrains it to a certain Y so it can't go off the screen when it goes up and down. This is what makes it hop, and this is what makes it fall. This checks if it grabs a car and decreases the score if it does. This is just the Bitmoji that's in my game, this one right here that I defined using the constructor function called a new instance. And then these are all my screens. I have my splash screen, which is the screen you're seeing here. I have this info screen, which is the one you see here. I have my end screen, which I will start the program so it can get to the end screen. I have my, here's the game over screen. The restart button. And then this right here is my pause screen, as you can see. And this mouse click function, based on what scene it is, has the handle mouse click method being called, and it will handle the mouse clicks when the mouse is clicked on a certain button for every single button in the program. And then this is my draw function. The current scene is 1. It's my initial splash. And then when this is it, current scene becomes 2. And this is the actual game being played. This is the background. This is just all this right here is just the rectangle at the bottom there. This right here controls all the cars and helps. This draws them, checks if every single is being grabbed by my Bitmoji. And this causes them to move to the left. And then right here we have the score displayed on the top left and the speed. I have it rounded just so it's an integer, not a long decimal. And then right here is the, if the space bar is pressed, that's what this key code is, the Bitmoji hops, or else if you're not pressing that, it's going to fall. But I have that to only happen if the car speed is larger than 0, because I don't want them to be able to move while the game is not started yet. And then this right here just draws my Bitmoji. This right here draws that purple button right there. And then this right here says basically that if the game speed is 0, then this start button is drawn and working, and then once I hit that, the game speed is no 0, so the pause button shows up. And then I have right here, if the Bitmoji, okay, so this is the can score variable we saw earlier. So it's a global variable, it's set to false, and while Bitmoji Y is less than 5. So if I go up here, less than 5, and can score will be set to true. And then, as you can see, it got 2 because can score was true, and Bitmoji Y was larger than 300 because it was down here. You got 2 score, and then it set it back to false. So you have to go all the way back up here, then all the way back down to score 2 points. And finally, this right here basically says if the 100th, which is the final card, is less than 0, which means off the page, the current scene will be equal to 4, which is my end screen. And then these else ifs are all just the current scene. And see, now current scene equals 4. So end screen is being called. And current screen 5 is pause screen.